Hi, I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you are a regular visitor here. And if you've not been here before, a big welcome to you. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. So today, the 16th of February, 2023, I am bringing you yet another of my short heads up videos. And the subject for today is about our sun god, the sun that we could not live without, the sun that is the sun god, the sun goddess. It's our life giver, our soul, our very essence of life. And the sun is currently in Aquarius. And today the sun is conjunct my beautiful outer boy. I do love Saturn. Lots of people don't, but I do love Saturn. Saturn, our planet of restriction, commitment. It's about boundaries, rules. It's also the teacher planet, and it's also about timing. So how is the timing of this particular conjunction going to affect the planet and you? Well, the reason I looked at this particular conjunction is because I think when the sun makes a conjunction with one of the outer planets, it holds a little bit more weight, a little bit more significance. Now, they're both in the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius is about the community at large. It's also about that ability we have to just connect to higher vibrational energies. It's about being able to see the bigger picture. And the fact that these two are meeting here, and interestingly, in the event chart, they're actually in the 7th house of relationships. And the actual event chart for their meeting has fixed energy on the 4 quadrants. So the ascendant is Leo, and then down here at the bottom on the IC, you've got Scorpio, and then you've got Aquarius, and then at the top, you've got Taurus. It's really rather an interesting chart, and let me just unpack it a bit. First of all, Lilith, our wonderful point in space, because that's actually what the energy of Lilith is. It's a kind of point in space in an aspect to the moon. And Lilith, of course, is our goddess of, I was going to say shenanigans, because she's a bit of a naughty goddess, really, because she wouldn't obey her first husband, Adam. And she did like to be on top, and she did like to be in charge. Well, Lilith is on the ascendant in Leo in this chart. So there's something about that. There might be a little bit of kind of energy around today where we're all a little bit mischievous, where we're cracking jokes or just being a little bit more jovial than usual. And also what's interesting is that Mercury, our planet of communication, is on the descendant. So that's on the cusp of the 7th house, which is the part of the chart that is significant relationships. Now, of course, Mercury is our planet of communication. So here it is in Aquarius in opposition to Lilith. So I think there's something about that where we are actually kind of just being a little bit kind of, as I say, mischievous. I think that's quite interesting, little bit of energy there. But let's look at Saturn and the sun, because this is a powerful conjunction. Now, first of all, the 7th house isn't always about love relationships. It's not always about our significant other, although it can be. Now, the interesting thing is, if you're single, but perhaps you have been maybe seeing someone, maybe just sort of on and off from afar, or just not kind of really yet had any kind of sense of whether there is any mileage that can happen with this relationship, then this can be a sign of commitment. The sun is about life and the person. And also Saturn, of course, is about putting down roots, setting boundaries, setting something in stone. So there very much is this energy of commitment. Now, this can equally be in a business relationship. This can be a business-related decision that actually could have some very long-term benefits to it. Now, Saturn and the Sun are not actually in this event chart making any particularly dynamic aspect to any of the other kind of cosmic bodies. What I can tell you is that on the midheaven of this chart, you've got straddling it. Now, the midheaven is that kind of direction in life. It's often where we're seen, how we're seen by the public. It's like putting us out there on the public stage. Uranus, of course, my planet of the unexpected, is very much about shocks, surprises. It's also energy, electricity. It can be aviation. And in Taurus, as I've mentioned before and sadly been right, it can represent earth movement and earthquakes. Now, Uranus in this chart, again, is not making any significant aspects that one needs to be concerned about. But because it's on the midheaven, this is unexpected developments that could be quite kind of financially beneficial because of that Sun-Saturn conjunction, which could be a business commitment. So that's something which I think, you just need to be aware of if you're in that kind of situation, because it really could be quite exciting. The other thing that we've got going on in this chart, that the moon today is actually in Capricorn and is making a square, or coming up to make a square to our planet of enormousness, of expansion, Jupiter, our planet of luck and opportunity. So I think that if opportunities come along, you need to be very careful about what you commit to as well, because the moon is in Capricorn, Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn is the transit we're talking about today, conjunct the Sun. Jupiter is kind of, I think, a little bit of a heads up warning saying, make sure you check the fine print. That could be that Mercury on the descendant as well. Make sure, don't rush into signing anything today or in the next few days. These aspects have energy that builds up over a couple of days and lingers for a few days. So don't rush into anything, especially if it's to do with travel, with anything that involves travel. Now, we've still, of course, got this Venus-Neptune conjunction, and Venus has now moved past Neptune in Pisces, and they are in the 8th house. Now, what's interesting is to say the 8th house, apart from being transformation, powerful transformation, it can also be sexuality, but it's also about other people's money. And I do feel there is something very much about the economic world. I think we might see things unfolding on the planet, on the world stage, to do with the economy, to do with a decision that is made. This Sun-Saturn could be, we suddenly hear about a big union between two people in the business world or in politics, or money being made available for something. So there is something of that energy around with this. So we've got Jupiter moving up to conjunct Chiron, and I will be doing a separate heads up on that. It's not just yet, and that's in Aries. So my overall feel of this chart is that if there are business propositions that come up, check the small print. Don't rush into it. Remember, Saturn is about timing. Take your time, think about it, maybe discuss it with somebody who is close to you, like a partner, a significant other in your life, because of that Mercury in the 7th house in Aquarius. So discuss it with somebody that you trust. And at the same time, there is, as I said, an element of fun about today because of that Lilith on the ascendant. So in spite of all this seriousness, there is an opportunity for people to be a little bit mischievous and be funny. Okay, so there we go. That's my heads up for today. Sun conjunct Saturn. Thank you so much for joining me. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, all of those or one of those or none of those. But if you can do one of them at least, it would be fantastic. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.